Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is all about Montclair's musical theater program. So without further ado, Abby, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Abby Minokal. I am a sophomore at Montclair State for musical theater, BFA. And I'm so excited to be here. Hi.
I'm so excited. If you watched the previous video with Gabby actually connected the two of us. So that's been a super fun component of this, has just been to like meet new people for me.
Me and
Yeah.
Gabby have been friends for a very long time.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So can you share what your audition process was like for Montclair and then any information you have about the process this year?
Of course. So this year with COVID, the auditions are a little different than from what my experience was. But my experience, Montclair does not do pre-screens. So you show up and when I auditioned, they had 3 audition dates and a few audition dates at Unifieds. And then I think they went out to California once too and just did something there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you do a monologue and 2 contrasting songs. Depending on the way the room is going, depending on if the day is going faster or slower, you either do a 16 or a 32. I had both. It's always good to have both. I did a 32 because we were very much on schedule that day. And then there's a dance call. They give you a number and you pin it onto your leotard. They're very chill with audition attire dancing. There were girls in leotards, there were girls in leggings and a sports bra, girls in jazz pants, really doesn't matter. And they are a dance-heavy school, so their dance call, as a mover, their dance call was a little difficult for me, but I'm here. So as long as my advice to everyone is always just make it look like you know what you're doing, smile, have fun. I love the faculty. Everyone's amazing there. Yeah, my audition process was just, I think like most schools, just the
Yeah.
singing, acting, and dancing, and then they got back to me on their portal and I got in.
That's so exciting. And I can also kind of speak to it because I auditioned at Montclair and it was, I kind of did it last minute because there wasn't a pre-screen, they had a later audition date. And so,
Yes, we might have auditioned on the same day.
I wonder, did you go like March like 20 something, I want to say?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, that's crazy. It's very possible. Because
I might have you in the hallway. I might have just.
wait, that's so cool. Um, but it was just so fun. I remember like the dance was one of the more challenging, but I remember really loving it. And
It's fast and fun, but it's fun. They're
yeah,
dancing very hard. Not once will you feel like they don't like me because I can't dance. Like if they are willing and capable to look at everyone's dance ability and work with it. It was fast and hard, but everyone was having fun. The students who taught it were having fun. It was just fun. It's
yeah.
a very light environment.
Because I don't know if this is always the case, but one of the things that made it different was the faculty wasn't in the room while we learned it.
Yes.
So there was like no pressure to pick it up really quick or,
No.
like students who were keeping it really chill. So like if you needed to go over a section a million times, like they kind of took the time to do it. So you'd had it down. By the
Yeah.
time the faculty walked in, it was like you knew what was going on,
Yeah.
which is really neat. And then how many people does Montclair tend to take for class size?
It depends on the year. Like my year is known as like usually if they have 4 classes, like the sophomore, freshman, junior, senior, usually there's one class that's like the big class, and I'm the big class this run. But usually they accept anywhere between 15 and 25. Usually that's like the magic in between.
Yeah. And then at Montclair, what's the curriculum like for you guys as MT in terms of how many core classes you have to take outside of your major? And then you mentioned it's pretty like dance heavy, but what does that look like in terms of classes you take?
With COVID, it's been a little different because what Montclair allows you to do pre-COVID, what you were allowed to do was take dance classes. You were able to audit dance classes. So I was only registered for, on paper, I was registered for jazz 2, tap 2, and ballet 2. But if I wanted to, I could audit classes lower than me. So I could audit jazz 1, ballet 1, and tap 1, and kind of branch out and take, if I wanted to, I could be dancing 5 days a week if I really wanted to, if I could fit it into my schedule. And also you can take, we have a world cultures requirement, which is one of our like gen eds that we have to take. Like you have to take a computer science gen ed and a writing gen ed. You have to loop different, a language gen ed, whatever. But in the world cultures requirement, there are dance classes that you can take to fulfill your world culture requirement. So they just have a lot of dance opportunity. Also, if you are a more sophisticated or more trained dancer, if dancing is the thing that you do first, you can audition to take your dance classes with the dance majors at their level if you want to. So it really can just be tailored to how well you are as a dancer. The dancing is just that because they have a full-on dance major at their school and their dance program, along with their musical theater program, are very high up ranking-wise in the country. They put dance first, and they have a strong emphasis on being able to dance.
That's awesome.
I don't think that discredits the acting and the singing whatsoever. I still feel like I'm getting an amazingly well-rounded education.
That's so if someone like did consider themselves an actor first, or like acting or the singing component is really important to them, are there any other opportunities to like add an acting class, or do you already have so much acting and singing in their schedule?
You already have so much acting and singing in your schedule. I'm a singer first. I am not a dancer first. So I have friends in my class that last year, I mean, we can't audit classes now because we have a restricted number of people that can be in a classroom live at a time, obviously. Yeah. But as a singer first, I still felt like I had a lot of opportunity. And your freshman year especially, we take something called freshman studio, which is, I don't know if anyone has ever been in choir throughout high school, but it's very much a choir class. Like we have parts, we sing, we warm up together, we sing together, we perform for like a, what's the word? We perform for the homes, nursing homes. I
was like trying to help you.
House, old people. We perform for nursing homes, and like if there's festivals in the area, we perform there. Very similar to like a high school choir, but you have to take that as a freshman, and there is also vocal technique that you have to take as a freshman that helps them ground you in your voice and assign you to your vocal teacher for your second semester of your freshman year. So if you are an actor first or a singer first, there is so much acting and singing curriculum and music curriculum that you will be well occupied. Like I was extremely occupied. You're fine.
Yeah. What about performance opportunities on campus? How many shows do you guys do?
So it depends on the season. Usually there is one main stage musical. This semester it's a chorus line, and then they have either an original work or a small musical also while that is going on. If not at the same time it's going on, it's in the same semester. And then we usually are allowed to audition for all the dramas that the acting majors do. If you are a singer first, or if you just enjoy singing first, if you enjoy opera, you can audition for the operas that the vocal majors and the music majors put on. And then there is also the FAST program at MSU, which is run by students that allows people from all majors. You can be an accounting major, you can be whatever, you can be a musical theater major. FAST allows you to be in musicals and dramas and comedies that are all student run. So if you don't get into anything that your department is running, you can audition for FAST and still be in shows.
That's awesome. And then I wanted to ask, because I know due to COVID, it's not as easy for people to come to campus. So can you speak to kind of the layout of the campus, both just as a general student, but also as an MT, like where your class is located and that type of thing?
Yes. So I live on campus, and most of the musical theater students, I think they either live on campus or they have off-campus housing, but most of us are living on campus at the moment. With COVID, we have a bi-weekly schedule, so our entire program is split up into cohorts. So the musical theater and the dance majors they're considered to be under the same umbrella, the same school. It's the School of Theater and Dance.
Mm-hmm.
And the acting majors as well. So within those three branches, within the dance, musical theater, and acting, within those three branches, we were split up into two cohorts depending on what shows or dance shows that we booked. So I am in cohort A, and my roommate and other people are in cohort B. So we're bi-weekly in the way that when cohort A is live and in person, cohort B is over Zoom. So we kind of have a hybrid situation going on. So I have 1 week on, 1 week off. I'm off this week, so I was able to come home. Hi. But I am taking all my classes on Zoom this week. So while it does, in the beginning, it did somewhat feel like I'm not in class, I don't feel motivated. It also reminded me that there are so many people that are in a situation where they're completely on Zoom, and I can take being on Zoom. Sorry, it's my dog. Max! I can take being on Zoom as a opportunity to be with my family more. And I still feel that over Zoom we have these TVs with like special cameras so that we are big in the classroom, like on a TV while our other cohort is in person, and the teachers do a very good job of talking to us on the computer and talking to the students in person. I never feel like I'm a second thought. It really feels like I'm in the room, which is awesome.
That's huge. And now this is kind of jumping ahead because I know you're a sophomore, but can you talk about senior showcase? Because I know to people auditioning, it is important whether a school does showcase or not. Do you showcase in the city? You know,
Yeah.
how does Montclair help you break out and establish yourself in the industry?
Yes, so our senior showcase, I believe it's done in the city. I'm almost positive it's done in the
Mm-hmm.
city. But we have over 100 agents and casting directors come, a lot of which would not be present at other schools because we have faculty members who are actually in the business and working on Broadway, which is because we're so close to the city. It's only a 20-minute NJ Transit train ride to Penn Station from our school. So we have a lot of kind of inside people, I guess you could say, that we have connections, and it's a lot easier to get the amount of casting directors that we have on our panel for Senior Showcase.
That's amazing. So that's kind of the bulk of my questions, like my little outline I like to follow. But do you have any advice you want to give to people auditioning, or maybe speak to why you chose Montclair and what
Yes.
you love about the program?
So Montclair to me is truly a hidden gem. I know that now it's starting to become more popular, and everyone's like, no, no, no. But we have so many successful people that people just don't know or people don't realize. Like everyone knows Rob McClure. If you don't, he was in Beetlejuice and was in Missed Outfire, sadly, before it closed.
I
But we
actually
have.
Doubtfire.
You saw him?
Got to see a dress rehearsal of it. It was amazing.
Oh, no, when he popped it last semester, he popped into one of our acting classes over Zoom and was like, hi, and we were all like, what? It was so much fun.
Oh,
Um, but we
crazy.
have so many people. A girl that I talked to, Annalise Cepetto, she is going to be in the West Side Story movie. Like, she's in the movie, and she went to Montclair. And Darius Jordan Lee is a guy that just got into Ain't Too Proud. I'm trying to think of more people. There are more people. I just can't think of them.
You know, on the
Oh,
spot.
and then when I went to see West Side Story, the ensemble was full of Montclair people. Full of Montclair people. Like, we are working, we are very successful. And obviously Broadway should not be the end goal. I mean, if it is, that's you. But I personally, as long as I'm doing what I love to do and making enough money to pay for my shoebox apartment, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be a happy girl. Um, but advice that I have for people, just trust yourself. I trust your talent. Trust that you are good enough to be doing this. If you go into this process doubting yourself, which I did in the beginning, and I suffered from it, um, you're you can't doubt yourself. You have to believe that you are good enough. You came this far, you've put in all this work, and now you have to just sit back and let yourself audition. You just have to sit back and enjoy what you're doing and trust the process and trust your talent. That's the best advice I have for anyone.
Yes. No, I love that. That is huge. I've talked about that in so many videos because I think you really can't hear it enough during your audition year. You know, you just get so caught up in everything, but you just have to trust it and make the best of it. So I agree. I love that advice.
I also, something that I personally love about Montclair is their, recently it's gotten, the voice itself has gotten louder, but their want for diversity on their campus. The freshman class that just came in is half people of color, which is just amazing in my opinion. I am white and Cuban, and I took part in the Alive and Living Color Cabaret, which is something that we do on campus for all the students of color or ethnic students. And we have casting directors come and watch. We have students who have graduated that are students of color come and sit. Peter Flynn is one of the acting professors on campus, and he is married to Andrea Burns, and she was present. Yeah, I know. And she was present at this cabaret. And then over quarantine, we did a virtual cabaret where we raised money for the Black Lives Matter movement. It is just, the Live and Living Color Collective is just such a amazing group, and I'm so happy that students' voices can be heard. And I just love the want for diversity and correctness that Montclair has.
That's huge. That's so important. I love that. Do you have any final things? I mean, that I think was like a good chunk of information, but I always like to open it up because, you know, this is your video for your school that I just want to share with people who are interested in the program.
Of course. Apply to Montclair. Please come.
Yes.
Fun. And Montclair. It is a gorgeous campus. It is one of, like, out of all the places that I toured, it is one of the most gorgeous campuses.
I'll add in some photos right now.
No, it is just, campus-wise, it's amazing. Meal plan-wise, as a vegetarian, I love it. I never feel like I don't have anything to eat. There's always something.
Yeah.
We have
and you can do Greek life as well. If that is something people are interested in, I know MT can do it. Correct me if I'm but
No, yes, they can. And if any of my people, and if anyone's wondering, there is a Latina-specific sorority. If anyone would like to be in that, but there are lots of sororities and lots of frats, and it's just, Greek life. It's not like a Penn State situation where the Greek life and the sports are like, whoa, yay, sports, but it is still there. It's not like it's not there. There are, if you want to go to a sports game, you can. If you want to go to a frat party, I mean, obviously not now. You better not be going to a frat party. But if you better be socially distancing, ladies and gentlemen. But if you want to go to a frat party, you can. If you want to go to a football game, you can. They have an amazing football stadium and an amazing baseball field. Yes, sports and Greek life still have a voice on campus. And I mean, obviously now you can't go partying, but if you don't want anything to do on campus, it's a 20-minute train ride into the city. Go to all the clubs you want. Go to Central Park. Go thrifting in Greenwich. Go have fun. It's 20 minutes away. You're practically in the city. So there are just so many aspects of Montclair that I love because you have a campus lifestyle, but the city is right there if you want to escape.
Yeah, which is huge. I can say as like an MT person, because I'm right in Manhattan and living in New York, and I think I totally understand if people want to get away from the city. And, you know, as an actor, I think at one point you'll have to live there, but it is so nice to be close if you do want to audition or just to like understand the way the city works, be able to go and see live theater. Like,
absolutely,
it's so nice to just immerse yourself in that because it's such a big part of the industry.
Yes.
So, and for people watching, if you have any further questions about Montclair, please just comment them down below and I can get you in touch with Abby or any other students so they
I
can
would
answer your
love to talk with
questions
people.
directly.
Please.
Yes, so definitely comment down below because I can get you guys in touch.
All right.
Oh, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and keep dreaming.
Bye.